YouTube, today I have a special video for you. I got access to the creator server thanks to Hoyoverse, and I will be having a look at Nefer. So I just basically first time I'm logging in into this account. I just saw Nefer for the first time as well, and we'll look at her kit, we'll look at her gameplay, stuff like that, figure out some of the best teams. See how she performs maybe in Stygian and Abyss a little bit, and then yeah, just give you my first impressions of the character before she releases. Of course, everything here is from the creator server, so things are still subject to change, but this is as close to Nefer as we're gonna get for now, and yeah, let's get into it. I hope you enjoy. So first, her idol animation's really cute with the cat. I don't know what is the other idol animation for Nefer, but was really nice. The cat is really cute. In terms of materials for the Ascension, she's gonna use the same stuff as Lauma. Actually, she uses the bow, and we saw in the live stream she uses the new world boss as well. So this is gonna be the new world boss that we're gonna have to fight, collect her material, and upgrade her. So make sure. I think you probably unlock the new boss through the story. So in terms of Ascension stats, she ascends with crit damage. So this is nice. Usually it's about 34 crit damage, I think, when character ascends crit damage. So that's a decent amount of crit damage. And on top of that, her weapon, her signature weapon, also gives 88 crit damage. So that is pretty nice. And also 8 crit rate at refinement 1, plus a bunch of EM and some extra crit damage. That's a pretty busted weapon. Oh my god, okay, that's pretty crazy. Very, very good weapon. It's gonna be insane. The good thing with Nefer is that you can also craft the Nokrai craftable, which is gonna be pretty good, honestly. It gives some bloom damage and lunar bloom damage, and an extra damage bonus for lunar bloom when you have 2 Nokrai characters. So when you have Lauma, most likely in the team, or Aino, and it gives a decent amount of EM. Of course, it's going to be way under her signature weapon, but it's still going to be very, very good. She can probably use some other weapons, some other 5-star that give EM or crit damage. I'm not going to go into too much details on that yet, but yeah. In terms of artifacts, so she's going to use the same set as Flynn's. This set that gives EM and some crit rate from the passive if you have 2 Nokrai characters in the team. So right now my current artifacts are not super good, but we'll see after. Maybe if I can get some better stuff. I don't know if I'll be able to farm or not. But yeah, her artifact set is going to be this. You will want to go EM Sands and EM Goblet. Dendro damage is going to be useless, and she scales all her stuff with EM, so this is going to be much better. And then in Circlet, it's probably going to be crit rate because she ascends with crit damage and weapon gives crit damage. So that's mainly going to be the stats you're looking for. And of course, EM in the substats. That's basically all she needs. EM and crit, and then you're happy. And she won't need even that much energy, I think. Yeah, she's on field most of the time, and her burst only costs 60. So she's probably not going to need that much energy. I will have a more comprehensive guide later on, of course. I'm not going to go into too much detail in this video, but just to show around a little bit. And then as you can see, all her damage scaled with EM mainly. A little bit of attack, but the scaling of EM is like so much higher. Like there's no reason to focus on attack over EM. So if you get some attack substat, it's not going to be useless, but EM is the priority. So the main thing with Nefer is that instead of blooming like other Dendro characters, with her kit, when you're blooming with your team, you will transform the bloom seed to a different type of seed that will give her more damage. You can see here, it's basically her passive. When she unleashes her elemental skill, all the Dendro cores and bountiful cores, so if you're playing with Nilou, on the field will be converted into of the seed. And any lunar bloom reactions triggered by nearby characters in the next 15 seconds that would create dendro cores or bountiful cores will instead create those seeds. What happens with these seeds is that when she uses her charge attack, whether it's her normal charge attack or her enhanced charge attack, after she uses her skill, she will absorb those seeds, and then she will gain a stack of Veil of Falsehood. Each stack will increase her damage by 8%, so you can have up to 3 stacks, which is 24% damage bonus, and you get 100 EM when you get those 3 stacks. So that's a lot of damage bonus. And basically, yeah, you just wanna bloom. Just want to bloom with your team with Lauma, and then when you use your skill, you see all the seeds around. They have like a different type, different style, and then I can chart attack, and I consume the seeds, and I deal a ton of damage. You can see the Lunar Bloom damage, 40k. That's a lot of damage actually. And you can't use that chart attack without using your skill, by the way. So you have to be in the skill stance to be able to use that enhanced charge attack with the stacks and absorb those seeds to get your damage increase. So regarding her elemental burst, basically her burst works in tandem with her skill. You want to absorb those seeds on the ground, remember, up to 3 stacks, and for each stacks you will absorb, when you use your burst, the burst will deal more damage according to the amount of stacks you absorbed. So up to 34% at level 8 per stack. So that's almost 100. I mean, that's basically 100% damage bonus with 3 stacks at level 8, which is pretty nice. So basically, what you're gonna do during your rotation is absorb the stacks with Nefer's charge attack, and then once you did the three charge attack, use your burst to get the maximum damage on the burst. While you're in Shadow State, she will regenerate her Virgin Dew much faster thanks to the amount of EM that she will have. So right now we have 745 EM, which is basically capping the passive. And then here, if we bloom with Kokomi and Aino, and then here I'm using my charge attack, and you can see here I am regenerating super fast, and you can do up to 3 charge attack with her combo. But you got another skill as well. You got 2 stacks of your skill, so you can really spam really fast. It is pretty nice. And you can basically have almost 100% uptime on the skill because the duration is 9 seconds and the cooldown is 9 seconds. So you basically have 100% uptime on the stance where you do your charge attack. It's really cool. And it feels pretty fun to play. And then lastly, for every amount of EM, for every point of EM that Nefer has, it will increase the Lunar Bloom damage by 0.0175% up to 14%. Which means you basically need 800 EM to max out her buff, which is pretty easy to reach. As you can see, right now, my artifacts are pretty average. I'm still triple EM, but I don't have that much EM substats. I mean, double EM. And you also get more EM from the weapon. You get more EM from some buffs as well if you have Aino, Constellation, etc. So you get a lot of EM from everywhere, and you can max out that buff pretty. All right, I will level up her talents to level 8 just to see how it goes. You want to level up her skill and her burst more than anything. Her basic attack is basically like Skirk. Now, in terms of best teams for Lauma, you don't have a... It doesn't really do anything, actually. So basically focus on skill and burst. Now, in terms of best teams for Nefer, you don't have a ton of options. Unfortunately, it's going to be pretty restricted to blooms at the moment and maybe Hyper Bloom. If you have Lauma, it's really going to be the best option for her. Of course, she gives so much Lunar Bloom damage bonus. She makes your Lunar Bloom crit rate go 10% and crit damage plus 20%. She gives even more... she gives even more... Bloom reaction. She gives even more Lunar Bloom damage bonus with her passive. It's basically the same passive as Nefer almost, so plus 14 Lunar Bloom damage bonus. And she also has some Dendro and Hydro Res Shred on her ability. So 22.5% at level 9, and I think it's 25 at level 10. So lots of res shred on the enemy, lots of Lunar Bloom damage bonus. If you have her weapon as well, it's pretty insane. So Lauma is going to be her best teammate, of course, 100%. And it's going to be pretty good, like much better compared to what we have on the side. But you can still play with Lauma. Like if you have Aino, you don't need Aino if you play with Lauma. But if you don't have Lauma, you can play with Aino, and then you can replace Lauma with Nahida, and it's gonna be just fine. Honestly, like Nefer is still gonna work pretty well. And most likely you will want to have a healer, so Kokomi is a good option. You kind of want some hydro application. If you don't have Kokomi, Barbara is going to be decent. And basically, I would recommend having two hydro character on top. If you play with Lauma, honestly, you can do Nilu as well here for very good Dendro app and probably better than Xingqiu. But I was trying to like look for more free-to-play options, free-to-play friendly options. But yeah, if you don't have Llama, you at least need to play with Aino to get the Ascendant Moon Sign, because Nefer cannot work without the Ascendant Moon Sign. Like the Ascendant Gleam Moon Sign, it's like she has no damage if you don't have the Ascendant Gleam, because you can see here Moon Sign, Ascendant Gleam, all her kit revolves around that Moon Sign. Yeah, in most situations, it's going to be double Hydro, double Dendro. If you want to spice things up a little bit, you can probably do some sort of Hyper Bloom team with Cookie, and then last slot can be like Xingqiu or something like that for Hydro application. With only one Hydro from my testing, it was a little bit slow to get her stacks. Despite the buff from her passive, the 50% regen increase and stuff like that, you kind of want double Hydro to stack the charge attack fast. But if you do quick rotations, you can stack, you can just do one series of charge attack and then do a new rotation, and it kind of works fine. So you can do Hyper Bloom, you can do Bloom, and other than that, that's basically going to be it. There's not like a lot of options with this. It's just like, if you have Lauma, this is great. If you don't have Lauma, you can replace Lauma with Nahida or Baiju potentially. But it's not going to be as good. All right, so the first half of this abyss gives Bloom damage bonus and Lunar Bloom damage bonus. So she's going to get a bit buffed, but we can see how she performs and how you're supposed to play the rotation. So I think initially you will start with your Lauma skill, honestly, start applying Dendro. And you can start using your Llama Burst to buff your Dendro, your Lunar Bloom reactions, and then you can just start charge attacking with Llama, and the amount of damage is pretty insane. I mean, charge attacking with Nefer, sorry. And then, yeah, the damage is pretty insane here. I'm using Xingqiu here because I wanted to use Aino with Flynn's maybe. And then you just infinite charge attack, basically. Just continuously charge attack, and you can see the DPS is not bad at all. Right now, we don't have insane stats, but this is pretty good. Oh my god, and you can see when you break the seeds with... And here we have 100k! Oh my god. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, that's pretty insane. Holy moly. And here we have the new boss in front of us. Oh my god, that boss looks awesome, by the way. And then, oh my god, I don't understand I don't know the attack of the boss. It seems that we are... Oh, the boss was really resistant at the start of the fight, apparently. So, let's see here. We're doing 80k, 69, very nice. Okay, let me refresh Lauma. I'm not sure about the rotations yet, honestly, 100%. But I think you want to use Lauma Burst, and then Nefer Burst, and then start charge attacking with Nefer and do 100k, basically Lunar Bloom right there, and then we can continue do even more damage. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. And then after that, once you did like 6 charge attack, you might not want to do 6 charge attack because like you will lose the buff by the end of the rotation anyway. So the boss heal? No, he didn't heal. I don't know what this attack does, but oh, he takes 0 damage during this this attack. Okay. Yeah, I refresh Kokomi. I refresh Xingqiu. This is a C0 Xingqiu. I forgot to upgrade the constellation, so but it seems pretty good, honestly. I wasn't the best run right now, but it's not that bad. All right, let's see how our level 8 talent Nefer can do against the Stygian boss. So it's probably a ton of HP. I don't know how much HP here, but let's see. Oh my god. Oh my god, I got canceled. I got my skill canceled. I got my skill canceled. Good start. Good start. Let's go. Oh boy, this one's gonna be tough. Yeah, if the Kogami skill doesn't hit, we're a little bit short on the reaction actually. I mean on the Hydra application, so it seems like if you want to be able to burst on cooldown, you will need a little bit of energy still on. If you want to be able to burst every rotation with Nefer, you might want a little bit of energy. Okay, we got it here. Nice. Then I can restart and then we'll get it, but... Remember, my stats are really bad, so this is not like... This is like pretty average damage here. Not really good damage. Oh my god, resistance to interruption, mod check. We might be cooked. Okay, we got it, but that was really close. Okay. I was really close. I don't know, I don't know. But I mean, the stats are not like insane right now. Talent level 8. I don't have like a ton of crit damage, and you can definitely get way better ratio on Nefer with her ascension and her weapon. But she clears pretty well. This is the shield boss though, so we'll have to see with full investment how she performs. But yeah, that's basically it for this early access Nefer showcase. Let me know what you thought. Hopefully, I will be able to do that again in the future. I will probably go... I mean, I'll probably have my Nefer guide ready as soon as the character drops as well for more detailed guide and more gameplay and like rotations and stuff like that. And in the meantime, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you, Hoyverse, for the early access as well. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.